What's going on, people? It's your boy Ari. In today's episode of Off the Pitch Talks podcast, bringing you exclusive off the pitch football and business content, we're going to be talking about Brighton Hove Albion owner Tony Bloom making an investment offer to Scottish Premier League club Hearts. So Bloom has made a £9.86 million offer to purchase up to 29% of Hearts. This is different from the previous business agreement they made at the start of the season, where Bloom agreed to invest £10 million in Hearts to invest in their infrastructure and player recruitment department. On that deal, that was simply a business agreement where Bloom was to get a share of the future profits on player sales made. However, this one is completely different. It's where he's wants to buy a share in the club. To give you a bit of background into Hearts, they are currently owned under fan ownership under the foundation of Hearts Group, currently the largest fan-owned club in the UK. And to give you even more background, they received the club from Anne Budge in 2021, who transferred their shares over to them. Budge, an IT expert, previously saved the club in 2014 from liquidation when they went into administration under the ownership of Lithuanian businessman Vladimir Romanov. Budge brought them out of administration and effectively has got them promoted back to the Scottish Premier League and are now more of a profitable asset, should we say. Bloom has an ambition to disrupt Scottish football's duopoly of Rangers and Celtic, but any deal requires more than 50% approval from the foundation of Hearts' board. Bloom would only be a sleeping partner in the deal, meaning that he won't have any say or any voting rights on the foundation of Hearts' board in terms of how the club should be run. Hearts also won't be joining Bloom's multi-club ownership group that consists of Brighton Hove Albion and Belgian club Union Saint-Gilloise. And it won't raise conflicts of interest like it did if they were to qualify for UEFA competition, as both Brighton Hove Albion and Union Saint-Gilloise did back in 2023, both qualified for the Europa League. Bloom, as a result, had to dissolve his share in Union Saint-Gilloise to 25% in order for it to not become a conflict of interest under UEFA's ownership rules. We've seen this in the last week with Nottingham Forest owner Evangelos Marinakis, who also owns Greek football club Olympiakos. He's had to take Nottingham Forest out of the same conglomerate group who also owns Olympiakos. He's had to take them out of there and put them into a separate entity in order to have technically he still owns them, but on paper they're in a separate group and they've got nothing to do with Olympiakos, so it wouldn't raise a conflicts of interest as they've qualified for UEFA competition for next season. Nottingham Forest have. My view on all this is that Tony Bloom has seen potential in the Scottish club Hearts, and he wants to use the same data approach model that he's used at Brighton Hove Albion and Union Saint-Gilloise to make them a more profitable club and to make them more competitive on the pitch, challenging Rangers and Celtic in the Scottish Premier League, and also to increase the entertainment of Scottish football, as every year it's just always Celtic and Rangers dominating the league. Thank you for listening. If you could all please leave a comment in the comments, let me know what you think of this subject and any future topics you want me to talk about and cover. If you could also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Off the Pitch Talks, and to follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and as well as Amazon Music. We are now going audio only, obviously with video format only on YouTube. And also follow us on the socials at OTP Talks. Thank you for listening again, and stay tuned for any future content.